Coming up, you will find out about leadership, what it takes to be a good leader, and how a good leader makes a difference.
Hello to everyone. I'm so glad that you're here today and I have the opportunity to talk to you about teamwork. My name is Dr. Rebecca Lynch and I currently serve as the Vice President for Curriculum, Program Development, and Faculty Affairs at the Health Sciences Institute at Renaissance. I wanted to take this time to talk to you about teamwork and the value of teamwork and how my experience as a clinician prepared me for the role that I'm in today. My first exposure to healthcare was through the training of being a radiologic technologist. So I started my career in exactly what you may be doing in a healthcare field. I obtained my associate's degree in health sciences and in rad tech, and I had the opportunity to work as an ER technologist and as an OR technologist. And you can imagine in those high impact areas, high stress areas where working together was really, really important. I worked in that area for several years, and then I was also asked to work as a clinical instructor where I could help students actually learn what I have already learned and be a mentor to them. And while I did that, I gained experience as an administrator and as an educator, and I earned a bachelor's degree while I did that as well. Then I was asked to work as a director for healthcare programs at the university and the local college levels. And that was another step for me to add those tools in my toolbox to be a good team member as a clinician and now as an educator and administrator combined. I had the opportunity to move to Texas and work again as an administrator and an educator, but while achieving another master's degree and a PhD in organizational leadership. I tell you these things because not one of those items just shaped me as a clinician or as an educator and administrator, but they all have a common thread, and that was teamwork. So within that area, I'm now responsible to develop healthcare programs that cultivate learning, allow you to achieve something higher in your life, allow you to achieve healthcare goals within your hometown of the Rio Grande Valley and also beyond. So being an educator, a healthcare provider, and a leader all involve teamwork. One of the things I like to tell people and to tell students and those I come in contact with, that there is a recipe for being a leader. Leaders don't work by themselves. Leaders work with teams of people. They guide and they support and they mentor one another in the process. Being a leader doesn't mean that you're always in charge of the team. That means you have the ability to influence your team and allow them to move forward in the direction to which you want them to move. Part of being a leader is knowing your emotional intelligence. And that means knowing the things that guides your behavior and the way that you act and the way that you speak. So you want to think about feelings when you're emotionally intelligent. You want to make sure that you benefit from criticism from others. And even though it's not always constructive, if you will, or positive, it's the ability to take that criticism and to move forward with your career and with your work. You want to praise others. You want to apologize. And I stress that because there's nothing wrong with apologizing. That makes you that much stronger and you learn from the things that didn't go so well. You also want to make sure you forgive and forget, meaning you don't hang on to those kinds of things that may drag the individual or the team down. You definitely want to make sure that you have vision and courage and commitment and be there for your team to empower them in everything that they do. I like to say that being part of a team is definitely the biggest contribution that you can do. Being the leader sets the tone, but being the team is the group working together towards some sort of a common goal or vision. It's being respectful of one another. It's allowing everyone to express their own individuality and still get to the same result that you're working towards. Also, I like to tell people that when you work within an institution as part of a team, you really want to make sure that you enjoy what you do. You want to make sure that your work balance is there. You want to make sure that when you come to work, you contribute. You're in control of what you do, and you also learn new skills as being part of that team. One of the things I also like to keep in mind is teams operate well when both the leader and the members work together. So you're clear on your goals. You don't want to make sure that you just work alone or an island unto yourself. You want to make sure you work together. You encourage and you push one another to get where you want to be. And some of the talk that happens in the group is you talk more about the we, how we can get things together, how we can get things done and move forward, and less about, well, it's all about me and it's all about how it involves me, but it's the bigger team that's important. Loyalty is extremely, extremely important when you work together as team members. You want to be loyal not only to yourself, but you want to be loyal to your team, and you want to be loyal to the organization. And you always want to encourage one another to push forward. And last but not least, some lessons learned when it comes to teamwork. We all know that we can work together, we can come up with a product, we can have an end result. But individuals who share that common direction achieve things much more quickly, and they achieve things easier because you rely on the support from others in your team and your leader. Please make sure that when you work together in the school or when you choose your career path and you're working in that organization, that you assist one another in your team in good times and in bad, because we all take responsibility for what we do as an organization and what we do to achieve our goals. Thank you so much for the opportunity to have this time with you and talk a little bit about teamwork, and to let you know that it's important when you choose your career path that you keep that in mind, that you work by yourself, but you work together as a group and you achieve great things.